Kisha ushinde. Open and save in your KCB Gold Savings account for a chance to win many prizes. KCB, for people, for better.
Agatinjitab kalenjin eng witugulole imite itagat eng logoiwekab emet kongete Kass TV kainenyu ko Chesankaro Sirma. Itaune logoiwekchok taunit nebo Nairobi ole kakiyai eng betut nebo rani tuyet nebo National Governing Council NGC nebo chamaitab UDA eng State House yutok bo Nairobi. Kaindochi tuyonoto kandoindet nebo chamainotok bo UDA ne inendet kora ko president nebo emoni William Ruto ole kamite kandoik tugul chebo UDA cheboto MPs, senators, governors ak kandoik alak. Agenge eng tuguk choto kaking'alale eng tuyonoto ko tilet noto kisirto National Executive Committee nekichamchi President Ruto kotoi ng'alalutik ak chamaitab ODM kotinygei ak katuiyetabgei nebo lewenisiet neo nebo 2027 ole kaiyan tilanato National Governing Council ak nguni kotetat kotoigei ng'alalutik choto eng konekit.
What we have agreed with the leadership of ODM that let us explore the option and the opportunity of having a coalition going into the next election. And it is because we want to broaden our base. Listen to me, guys. This election in Abuja, we want to win by a margin of between 2 and 3 million. There is an opportunity for all of us to fit in one government. And therefore, I have no doubt in my mind that we have what it takes, not just to win the next election, but to win it resoundingly so that we can drive our transformation agenda into the future. Arambe! UDA! The party elections are important because the party is a critical instrument. Any successful democracy has a robust political party and democratic framework.
The National Governing Council commends and affirms the progress made by the government in gradual realization of universal healthcare and in strengthening primary healthcare through the deployment and support of community health promoters, CHPs. The Council has encouraged the government to prioritize and expedite the settlement of all pending bills and outstanding obligations under the Social Health Insurance Fund, SHIF, in order to stabilize health facilities, safeguard services delivery, and protect beneficiaries and healthcare providers. The Council directs the National Elections Board to A, expedite the completion of all pending electoral phases, and B, ensure that all elections are conducted in a free, fair, transparent, and credible manner. National Governing Council hereby concurs with the decision of the National Executive Committee mandating the party leader to commence structured negotiations with the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM. And whereas the Council noted the urgent need for coordinated policy, budgetary, and administrative interventions by the government and relevant institutions to mitigate the effects of the drought and to protect vulnerable communities, to expedite the constitutional entrenchment of the following funds and institutions in order to safeguard their continuity, accountability, and effectiveness: Ward Development Fund, Constituency Development Fund, National Government Affirmative Action Fund, the Senate Oversight Fund.
The leaders of majority and other stakeholders take necessary action to entrench the funds as read out by the Secretary General, and also to entrench in law and strengthen the Council of Governors and CAF as institutions of devolution.
Ketesetai ak logoiwek ko kakomongei neki minister nebo ripsetab kalyet eng emet orit Fred Matiang'i akosubto yautiet neko isuldae ribikab kalyet kowirta tear gas eng kaniset agenge eng kebeberta nebo Nyeri ole kokaituyogei neki rubeiwotab President Rigathi Gachagua ak koyonik eng sautikab Jumapili. Kama Matiang'i kole makat keipchi kerkong'et kakwautik notok nebo kerkong'et konamgei ng'atutiet asikarik chotok chekotinygei ak yautyonotok. Mwait kole komakonyolu kewire tear gas lagok, kale chepyosok anan kwonyik ak biik cheosen ak koyonik chekokaba kanisa kosa ako komakotinye lelut age tugul.
What happened yesterday in Othaya, Nyeri is very shameful, honestly. It's unthinkable that young kids who woke up in the morning to go to Sunday school would be tear gassed in the manner in which they are tear gassed without cause. There is no crime they had committed. They were not in the wrong place. They were in the place they wanted to be in at that particular time. Poor old women running around, away from tear gas and harassment is very, very shameful. And I've often said, for our political leaders, don't listen so much to the words they tell you, especially the ones in government. Look at their actions. Because how would a confident government do that? Because a government that's confident and has no problem with its population, with its people, why would they allow that kind of thing to happen? Okay, fine. Now, with tremendous respect, and I'm happy myself that the senior leaders of government, including His Excellency the Deputy President, whom I have a lot of respect for, and the Minister for Interior, have said agree with us that what happened is shameful and it's something that ought not to happen. Now, let's move to action. Let's see whether action will be taken and so on, because that is what is going to tell us the sincerity or genuineness of this. Let's see what's going on. The pictures are all over the place. Those guys carrying AK-47 and so on. And then you see some strange things being said by leaders. Like I saw one leader from Laikipia saying something laughable, that Gachagua organized that so that he can seek sympathy. If he organized it, it's against the law. So why don't you arrest those people he was organizing that with? And this happened when Natembeya was attacked in Kabuchai, the same response. This is, finally, what is very stressful to me, to be honest with you, is this. But we shouldn't go the way that happened yesterday. Very, very shameful. And we have seen this again and again and again. The level of arrogance that you see, goons, armed people, moving around. And then, for me, no one will tell me, will give me lectures about, we didn't know what was happening. A national leader of Gachagwa's stature, when they move to a particular place and they're going to have a function in a particular place, the county security team knows. The National Intelligence Service officers in that area knew that there was going to be a meeting that day. How can you tell me that they did not know there was a plan to disrupt the meeting? So this pretense and so on, okay, it will be tested. They have said they have all vowed action, including the Inspector General. Let's give them the benefit of doubt and wait for the action.
Kotakemiten notok kokaimongei kandoik chebo chamaitab DCP neindochin nekirubeiwotab President Rigathi Gachagua kobun county notok bo Nakuru akochupto yautik chebo chemarget nekobit eng kaniset agenge notok kotetat keyai sautik kandoindetab chamainotok kebeberta nebo Othaya eng Nyeri ole kinyoru sirindenyo Sylvester Rono ak koindab logoiwechutok.
Yautiet nekobit en kaniset agenge en kebeberta nebo Othaya en Nyeri ole kotetat koeng sautik nekirubeiwotab President Rigathi Gachagua kobaten kabit chemarget ole koit kemwokto risasinik ak tiagas asikiter biik chekomiten tuyonoton. Noton nekakon nerege kobun kandoik chekochin kosubet kandoindet nebo chamaitab DCP Rigathi Gachagua ole karirtaen ichek serikali en yautyonoton. En county nebo Nakuru kokakomongkei kandoik chebo chamait noton bo DCP akochupto yautyonoton akosom kekonyit imanda nebo chitugul koyai sautik ak otisiet en ole kamach.
Sisi tunasema we love peace. Nakuru is Cosmo. Tunaomba kila mtu aheshimiwe akuje auze chama yake. Ikifika ni wakati wa Rigiji kuja kuuza chama yake, pia yeye auze chama yake. As we come in peace, but we are not intimidated. Tunakemea kwa sababu tumeona waziwazi ya kwamba polisi na vijana ambao ni goons wameshirikiana pamoja. Tumeona wa polisi na goons wakitupa tear gas, wakitupa mawe, wakipiga watu katika makanisa ambao walikuwa very innocent. Sisi kama chama cha DCP Nakuru County tunasimama imara na party leader wetu Rigathi Gachagua.
Kanerekyi ichek serikalit nebo Dr. William Ruto en mwaet kole inendet nekakotestai konyalil nekirubeiwondenyin.
Yule ambaye ni President Trump wa Amerika. Nimeona kwamba umeangazia katika maeneo ya Uganda. Ukisema kwamba Rais Museveni awachane na Bobi Wine, awachane na Besigye. Tafadhali President Trump wa Amerika, tunakuomba uangalie Kenya. Na Ruto, na kuambia Ruto, Rais Ruto, usisahau faili yako ya ICC haijafungwa mpaka siku ya leo.
Tutakabiliana nyinyi vilivyo, kwa sababu hakuna kitu Rigathi Gachagua amekula yenyu, hakuna kitu sisi wana DCP tumekula yenyu, na nyinyi mnaenda kutichokoza mpaka kwa kanisa, mpaka hata muangalie watoto wadogo.
Akot kunoton kokaitechi ichek President Dr. William Ruto kole angot kobit yautiet age neu noton akikoten kandoindet age tugul nemami serikali korirtoen ichek inendet.
Kwa nini tusikae kama watoto wa baba mmoja na mama mmoja? Yaani baba mmoja ni Kenya na mama ni Kenya. Kwa hivyo kwa nini tunagombana? Kwa hakika opposition iko katika katiba. Ni lazima kuwe na opposition. Na opposition sio kusema ni uadui. Kwa nini mambo haya yanatokea?
Ngeten kaunti nebo Nakuru, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass. Kainenyun ko Sylvester Rono.
Ketesetai ak logoiwek ko kakomang kibagengeitab Voices for Justice en county nebo Kericho akosom boisiet nebo kibagenge ak stakeholders cheterter chebo emoni asikosulda boisionik chebo ribetab imandab biik en county nebo Kericho ak en emet komugul. Kamwa nebo ngecheret en Voices for Justice Kevin Kipchirchir ufa kole kaimutiet neo en boisionikwak ko rabisiek chebo kakimitetab boisionik. Logoiwek chearorwech en koindo sirindenyo Robert Siele.
Kamwa nebo ngecheret en kongeit nebo serikali nebo Voices for Justice CPO en county nebo Kericho Kevin Kipchirchir ufa kole taban nebo kewelutik kaimutik cheterter chebune icheket cheboto rarunetab rabisiek koikosuldaen icheket projects chebo kamanut cheibu walet en county noton.
So ko atkai tugul ko biik chechang kongen kikebushen projects cheu Kerenga ako en nguni kotesetai. Kikiyai kora ng'alekab civic education, kikiyai ng'alekab ID drive, kikeng'ololji vijana amun konai umoja anan umuhimu nebo kotinye ID vijana en Kericho. Kikiyai kora ng'alekab free medical camp. Ako en kibagenge nenyon komakilen kele kitinye rabisiek, makitinye rabisiek lakini kitinye kora wanafunzi che marekune mut chekikesponsoren en CPO nenyon chemiten day school. Ko kikiker kele yomiten organization koron, yomi organization ne registered neu Voices for Justice CPO, ko ngot kemach raini kele kimoe kebushen a project konyor kokwet aenge ot en olimbo Kelion anan Bureti anan en Amu konyor beek, ko ngot kobushen organization konyoru, lakini ngot kwa chito as an individual komoe koui sikokas kandoik anan duty bearers.
Kosubkei ak kibagenge noton kobun uinwek chebo nyorunetab rabisiek noton kasom kibagengeisiek cheterter ak stakeholders kobois kibagenge asikotoret icheket.
Lakini ko en nguni kesome kora fundings from private industries, private companies, from political leaders, from the churches, kemo kora at least kotoretech fundings sikimuch kyai activities chechoket. Ngot kimuchi kyai activities cheu chan kikyai tugul with a little amount nekitinye, so kitinye kabwatut kele en tai yon ndakinyoru fundings tutafika mbali sana, tutafanya projects mingi au kyae inei kotar kemande ot en South Rift.
Kotinygei kamang'unetab kei nebo biik mising ko neranik cheitoroche ketik, komwa nebo ng'echeret kole uinwekab sobet chemiten en nguni kole moche boisietab kibagenge asikekirinda noton.
Koboru ng'alekab percentage nebo unemployment. Iboru kole vijana chechang kotom koek empowered. Ako as an organization ne registered neu Voices for Justice kikoini kora kumo kora konai biik kyok chebo kutit konai kole kotomo itoroi ketit koyoche ibun chito sipitali kepimanin pressure, kepiman ng'alekab kidneys ama karon ibut. So kileini kora serikali kotakokerwech vijana kochang'a zaidi en South Rift anan Rift Valley ng'alekab torochetab ketik. Ako nibore iker chito kosire tabushek chito kole amache keyaiwon kuni.
kajer kibagenge noton neranik ak biikab emet en county nebo Kericho en emoni koistoengei yautik chebo yeisetab maiwek chemaiyonotin akotem magetab president nebo emoni Dr. William Ruto kiit let yautik choton.
Kiungani mkono ofisitab Waziri Murkomen, ofisitab William Samoei Ruto en kengirinda ng'alekab maiwek chemaiyonotin en emoni. Nebo oeng aleini vijana chechoget ng'alekab maiwek koumisani borwekyok. Nebo somok koimo kora konai serikali kole nyolu kichungusan ngamun kingen echet kele resop olin anan ot en town komi tugoshek kora chealdo maiwek chemaiyonotin ako bendi polisiek abakokolekten asoya. So kileni serikali tako kasit neyoche yoe. Kimakobois serikali ak biikab emet, biikab kokwet ako ngikoi information kotake that information seriously amat ko expose chito nekakoi information. Ko ng'olyon neo nebunu Voices for Justice keleni vijana tuache maneno ya mihadarati.
So, noton ko nebo ngecheret en kibagenge noton nebo Voices for Justice komiten ak alak en membaek chebo kibagenge noton cheboisien kibagenge koker kole kaimuch kosuldaen boisionikwak en oret nekararan. So ngeten county nebo Kericho logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kainenyun ko Robert Siele, testai iker Kass TV amun kimnotet naet.
Ketesetai koiboru chikilisiet nekoyai kibagengeitab Usawa Agenda kole kokwo barak koitetab biik anan kipsomaninik cheimuchi kosoman eng sukulisiekab emoni mising ko sukulisiek chebo primary. Kamwa Executive Director nebo kibagenge notok Dr. Emmanuel Manyasa kole makat eng serikali kotestai koib kakwautik chekimen chetokyingei kekanapta somanetab competency based curriculum. Kang'ololi eng kibagengeitab KISD eng taonitab Nairobi ole kamwa Director nebo ECDE Ministry nebo Somanet Martha Odundo kole reportit notok kaimong kibagengeitab Usawa Agenda kowendi kotoreti eng ibunetab walet nemakat kobit eng sekta nebo somanet.
One of the things we have observed for the first time since we started doing assessments many years ago is that there is an improvement in literacy. There is improvement from 4 out of 10 learners being able to achieve to now 5 out of 10 learners. And that may seem small, but it's big given that over the years there was no movement and now there is that improvement. We still have a challenge with numeracy and we think that that is a big challenge given that there is a very deliberate effort by the government of Kenya to position the country towards STEM education. That gives us a challenge to see what we do to address the numeracy challenges at the foundation because that will determine whether we can move the country towards being a STEM education country.
The report gave us an indication that there's an improvement in literacy and not like all the learners are not able to read or do numeracy, but only a pocket. And from our policy, we have various interventions that we can even do so that no child is left behind. There's no particular time that we now say that now their case is closed because maybe they cannot read. The small percentage that cannot read or do certain skills will still have a chance through our remedial and through other interventions that we have put in place. And even through other policy interventions. Right now I've just talked about launching foundational learning guidelines. And within that foundational learning guidelines, we have interventions that target even the marginalized. We have the interventions that target those learners who joined late. Because you see some of these problems also come because some learners, because of various reasons, either cultural or otherwise, or regional issues like maybe drought and all that becomes a barrier. So because of that, we have a foundational learning guideline which has addressed all these challenges and how we can overcome the challenges. So through the guidelines, we know and we are sure that as a government, these learners will be able to catch up. And we have interventions already lined up within those guidelines that will help us to salvage the learners who are lagging behind.
Tesetai ko kaimongei meng'ik chotok chebo Bomet akotach tupchenywa eng kasarta nekibetito eng kasarta nebo kenyisiek 38 komakingen ole kimitei inendet akipchi familia kosich kaiweisiet neo. Rebecca Murgor eng kenyisiek chotok tugul kokibesio ak familia nenyi kobate kakoit let noto yekangotuyogei ak familia nenyinet ole kinyoru sirindenyo Festus Rono ak koindab logoiwechutok.
Kaik boiboiyet en kokwetab Kapsimotwo nemiten en sub-county nebo Bomet Central en county nebo Bomet yekan kowek tilienywan ne en kasarta nekoi nebo kenyisiek 38 ko kimakingen ole miten.
Kitoche kabisa tupchoninyon amun kikwo kasarta neloo almost nekit atar kenyisiek 40 ngebar kechop ko kiwendi en 1988 up to now ikere ile kenyisiek 40 kewechi kongoi amun kibo korib Jehova ako kowei kora kotindo afya nekararan. Kikwo akot en achek en kokwet ko kingwendi kotakimengech kikibarnotik ko kikilony kele kitungwono ak keteben lagok kele kitungwono.
Amwae kongoi en nebo Bomuru amun kikimi twan kong'ete kobate kityo kikwo keny komongen any ale kiwoibon ko kamwa kongoi amun kakoit. Amwae kongoi kebelet konyokorib lagokchik akine kirorib lagok keny kaamgei konyokorib akine amwochini kongoi kebelet mami kit age tugul namwoe amwochini kongoi chepyosok chon komutu ale kongoi kebelet.
Kosubkei ak familia chechik ko Rebecca Murgor ko en kasarta nekoi ko kikwo ak kimakingen ole miten ak en inguni ko koik boiboiyet.
Ko nguni kemiten koretab Kapsimotwo. So kingoitu mama Rebecca ko kiamureret. Kiotinye lakwet namba 2.
Kenyit ainon aino?
It was 1998. 88 I mean. 88. No. 88 also number 2 in 89. Kongete en classes nekibo 92 ko kimite Rebecca olinyo.
Kikecheng ine makibakach kele kikisisigei kikicheng kobate makinai ile kimi. Kot ko nguno kolenda lakwet age kora nemokingen kele miano kocheng'ote. Kikecheng kityo kele ngobur age tugul kabilenyin atakeyoe ne. Komakomyeit kakomutwech toechon komutu kimwoe kongoi kibelelit kabisa. Amwochini kongoi nebo Bomuru nekiwo ako nekakowek konyo. Ako kenyisiek chechang chemamwaune. Merongen ot kenyisiek choton.
Lagokyik kokoibor boiboiyet en kasarta age nekanyor kamenywan kobaibai ole kimatakotinye kamang'unet kole taukere kamenywan.
Kiwekyini kongoi kabisa taechu komun mama. Kibakaktech iman kasarta neo ne. Kenyisiek 40. Anyaki kikwaman any kimatakingen kele ngwany miano. Kiabwate besi ale ngwany eosit koribe ng'oe nelemi. Ale kachome nguni kasib kecheng'at konyo gaa nyokeriben gaa. Matenit any ko sikai koitin betut nekiitu any ko kiabwate kora subui. Kiabwat iman any kotor arir akasa. Ale kouni kiakere konyone. Kor lang'at any iman kelyon konyo kolyon any boyondanyun nekimuta. Kakoitin kakituyendo. O kakimutan kwa kotab Ana. Subui any iman konyone Ana kole kokoit mama. Ale Jehova kongoi amun koyai iman kit nemie. Kokowek mama en oret nebo kwong'et.
Kikorom sabet en kasarta nekimamiten yon mami kalyet ko nini yon mamiten biik chetononun biik cheechen kokorom kolkol sabetab kesab iman.
Kamwa Rebecca kole kikobit walet en kokwenyin ak kawekyi kongoi familia nenyin en tokset nekanyor. Kong'eten county nebo Bomet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Ketesetai kokakoititat taonitab Nakuru nerani kobun county nebo Nandi chetesetai ak bandab oret nebo nekitoi icheket eng taonit noton nebo Eldoret kotokyingei Nairobi ko oret nebo kokoito kurset eng biikab emet ak kotuyogei eng kirindaetab yautik chebo nametab asoya. Kaititan neranichoto nootin ko Anti-Corruption Crusaders ofisitab kibagengeitab EACC mornetab South Rift nemite taonitab Nakuru ole kae ngalalet ak ofisaek chebo EACC kotinygei ak kakwautik chebo boriet nekitokyin nametab asoya ak kenyoru report nekachobwech sirindenyo Sylvester Rono.
Kayai alak en neranik kobun county nebo Nandi bandab oret kotaunengei taonit neo nebo Eldoret agoi Nairobi ko oret nebo kokirinda yautik chebo nametab asoya. Indochin neranichoto nootin ko Anti-Corruption Crusaders Makirwa ole kosubkei ak ichek koyoe noton asikonoisiechi biik akobo asenet nekakoib yautik chebo nametab asoya en emoni.
Pongoni president ngalekab kebe safaritab Singapore. Ngele safaritab Singapore kokakimaanishan kele kimache ketech emet kokerkeit ak emet nekikotekak. Ko nguno ko makoi kiit emonotok ama kiiste kii nekile asoya eng emenyo. Ko kokikonugei ko kineranik cheite 8 asikobit kebe nekibune keldo kimiki akoi Nairobi.
Ara ako maeku buch bani amu kibendi kongete EACC ne Eldoret ako limbo Nairobi 350 kilometers. Ako mapoeku mwisho yunda kwa Nairobi. Ipkebendi kokakeit yunda kokebendi counties chun alak tugul eng county agenge eng agenge kutkote kituch ngalekab asoya.
Katach ichek rubeiwotab regional manager en kibagengeit nekirindoi yautik chebo asoya en kebeberta nebo South Rift Bridget Maina en ofisisiek chebo kibagengeit noton en taonit nebo Nakuru. Tetat koyai neranichoton bandab oret agoi Nairobi ole yeibata noton koitito ofisisiek cheechen chebo EACC asi koyai ngalalet ak ofisaek cheechen en Integrity Center kotinygei ak boriet nekitokyin nametab asoya nekakotestai kowekta let tetutik chebo bandab tai en emoni.
Kanye kikatishen ko ofisitab EACC ne notok ko kot nenomu ngalekab onsetab asoya kimi ketesetai kebendi nganaset neo nebo Nairobi headquarter nebo EACC. Amache ale ongituyegei ko ki bororietab Kalenjin bororietab Kenya sikobit keonde ng'oliotab ofisadi tugul.
Kongeten county nebo Nakuru logoiwekab emet chebo Kass. Kainenyun ko Sylvester Rono.
Ketesetai ak logoiwek kokakolumda kampunitab Safaricom kobun kibagengeitab M-Pesa Foundation tetutiet nebo teksetab korik chebo kasari eng sukulitab primary nebo Plateau nemitei county nebo Uasin Gishu. Isuldae tetutienoto Safaricom koboisie ak kibagengeitab Gladys Boss Foundation ole kimangu kele wendi noto koibu taget nelel eng sukulinoto kitech kiplelachek kenyisiek chechang chekikosirto. Iarorwech sirindenyo Isaac eng koindo.
Kosubkei ak nebo ngecheret eng kampunitab Safaricom, Joe Ogutu kobendi kotou waletab sukulinotok po Plateau Primary School koek sukulitab kasari kobun butetab korik tugul chotok chikatoi kiplelachek asikotech daraseshek ak korik alak koboisie rabinik cheite silingishek milionishek 75.
Hii kazi ambayo itaendelea hapa ni kazi ya kufanya madarasa yetu yawe madarasa ya kisasa. Kwa nini tunafanya hivyo? Tunafanya hivyo kwa sababu kazi iliyopo wakati huu ni kuweza kuwatayarisha hawa wanafunzi wetu waweze kuwa digitally ready. Wanafunzi wetu ambao waweze kuwa wanaweza kushindana na mtu yoyote ulimwenguni. So hii program ni program ya M-Pesa Foundation ambayo tutatumia shilingi milioni 75 kuweza kuijenga mpya shule hii. Sitaki kurudia yale ambayo yamesemwa na mheshimiwa, lakini ni kuhakikisha kuanzia ECDE mpaka junior school kuna vifaa ambavyo vitasaidia learners katika shule hii waweze kushindana na wowote hapa nchini na wowote ulimwenguni.
Kamito komasatak women rep nebo Uasin Gishu nenenet kora ko Deputy Speaker Gladys Bosholei nekelos kakwautiet notok kaib kampunitab Safaricom kobun M-Pesa Foundation kotoi kobut korichotok tugul akotech korik alak chotok chebo kasari.
Significant thing is that this school was built in 1952 by the missionaries, and this school has been neglected for many years. It is on the boundary of Kass constituency and Anapkoi constituency. It's not even listed in the CDF schedule. So they've never been able to get support.
Kama shole kole kalelitetab sukul notok kowendi koibu walet neo mising eng komasatak pa Plateau ako ibu kowalak komasatak eng boisionik chotok chebo bandab tai.
And I want today to appreciate M-Pesa Foundation because they did hear our cry. They did come here and they did actually confirm with their own engineers that the school cannot be renovated, and so all the buildings have to come down. They're going to build 12 new classrooms, computer labs, modern toilets for the students, 12 for boys, 12 for girls, en-suite for teachers, en-suite for the ECD students, something that you don't see in our primary schools. They have an integrated science lab also, which means the sewing can be done in that room, the home science, cooking can be done there, this physics, chemistry can all be done in the same room. They will have a modern ICT lab with 40 computers, also solar driven. They will have a state-of-the-art kitchen, something that we have never seen in most of our public schools. And so this, I told people today, Singapore is here with us today.
Company notok kay Safaricom M-Pesa Foundation koib toretet notok bo kalelitetab korichotok nesome sigik komut lagokwak kosomane komasatak pa Plateau.
Naitwa John Chege, mwalimu mkuu wa shule hii. The status ni mbaya, pathetic. Na sasa nafikiri majengo ambayo yatakuwa ama vifaa ambavyo vitawekwa nafikiri vitasaidia community at large.
So tuliposikia Mama Jimbo ametuitana na ametuletea zawadi kama hii, ni furaha sana kwa sisi zote kuja kuipokea kwa mkono miwili.
Ameshinda wachumbe na ni mama amenishinda wachumbe.
That kama kanisa sasa tutaanza kufocus on the spiritual part of our learners as the government and friends like M-Pesa Foundation wanatusaidia on the infrastructure.
Ni furaha yangu na hata kwa niaba ya community mzima ninatoa shukrani nyingi sana. Hii ni mwanzo mpya katika kijiji chetu, ni mwanzo mpya hata katika hii sehemu yetu ya the entire constituency. Tunafurahi sana.
Kongetika taonetab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Akaibelis biik aeng'u eng komasta nebo Kipkaren ak Lugulu tetutiet nebo Shangwe at 25 nebo kampunitab Safaricom. Kaibeljigei chepkondok silingisiek milionit 1 age tugul eng ichek ko oret agenge nekiboibochini kenyisiek 25 yetab ketoi kampunitab Safaricom eng emoni.
Today we came to award our winner number 3 and 4. One is from Lugulu and one is from here in Kipkaren. And the interesting thing is that they were both mamas. So we came to award them. It's been a great success. We went to pick them from home. And for me, one of the things that I really loved about this campaign is that the campaign gave an opportunity to your everyday customer. Any customer could win. We've gone to villages, going to look for our customers. And Safaricom has a right to say popote ulipo, because that is exactly what happened. We've been able to get customers, mashinani, customers as little as 20 shillings. They've entered the campaign and they have won 1 million shillings, which has impacted lives.
Kwa majina ni Quinta Akinyi Wanyama. Natoka Lugulu, Webuye Lugulu Market, Spala area. Minami Village. Nilipigiwa simu na Safaricom, ndipo nikajua nimeshinda. Na ushindi wangu nilishinda baada ya kutumia kubuy minutes kwa Safaricom through *544#. Na nikabuy minutes za 20. Nikapewa minutes 15 minutes till midnight. Na hapo ndipo ushindi wangu ulitokea. Nilifurahia sana kushinda 1,000,000, maana sijawahi shinda kwa maisha yangu 1,000,000, sijawahi shika 1,000,000. Nilifurahi sana kwa kusikia kuwa mimi ni mshindi wa milioni moja. Hii milioni moja naenda kuongezea biashara yetu. Sisi tunafanya kazi ya welding. Inaenda kutusaidia kustock vyuma. Hatukuwa na enough stock.
Majina yangu ni Susi na Malwa Shiuma. Mimi ni mama mtaa wa hii Shandiche area. Mimi mwenyewe ni mzazi, niko na watoto 6. 3 wako hapa, 3 wametoka nje. Leo niko na furaha na shangilia siku ya kupata zawadi ya Safaricom. Walisema nimepata zawadi ya milioni 1. Mimi natumianga Safaricom kwa wingi, natumianga kutoa pesa, kulipa mateni, every now and then. Nikiwa na pesa silipinge cash, natumianga tu M-Pesa. Sasa hizi venye nimepata hizo pesa, first nitanunua shamba, second nitanunua vifaa yangu ya catering, ninafanyanga also catering.
Ako yuto kokakituch kayumetab logoiwekab emet kakibun eng orititab tetutiet nebo tililindo eng betuni. Kainenyu ko Chesankaro nebo Arap Sirma, testai ikere Kass TV, kimnatet naet.
Revisha ushinde! Open and save in your KCB Gold Savings Account for a chance to win many prizes. KCB, for people, for better.